You don't still think that the Avengers are the good guys, do you? Aw, that's cute. Well, I want to fill you in on something. You see, the Avengers movies are biblical, and the Avengers are the fallen angels. And Thanos up there, well, he's their inverted, perverted version of God. Because the entertainment industry isn't run by who you think it is. And it's not for the purpose that you think it is. No, it's predictive programming and it's mind control. And like I said, these Avengers movies, they're biblical in nature. And I'm going to show you. You see, the Avengers series starts out with Thanos' minions coming down from space or the heavens. And the fallen angels, aka the Avengers, have to fight off all these minions invading their territory. Well, because Earth is the fallen angels' dominion. They're stuck here. They're trapped here. They got banished here for betraying God. And like I said, everything's perverted in the entertainment world. So the minions and Thanos and all the bad guys in the movies, that's a representation of us, humans, and God. So like I said, the first movie, the aliens coming here, we're the aliens. The humans are the aliens coming to invade their territory. Next, we have a godlike intelligence who tries to take on a fleshly form in a robot and Ultron. Again, this is their perverted vision of Jesus. Oh, and he just happens to be associated with a floating city. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the floating city of Jerusalem. But the main protagonist in these movies is Thanos, aka their version of God. And he's chasing the 6 Infinity Stones. And in my opinion, these Infinity Stones are them telling us how they have slowly but surely taken over control of all of our minds, and for the eventuality to steal our soul. Let's first look at the Power Stone here. This is a representation of the government, our power structure. They've infiltrated the government. Mind? Well, maybe that's talking about the school system, which, if you know anything about the Rockefeller school system, you know they've infiltrated the school system. In space, do I even have to talk about that one? I mean, space doesn't exist. If you're watching this and you still think space is real, well, you got a lot of research to do, my friends. Time? Our timeline is not right, in my opinion. There's been hundreds of years added and fake history added, and they've infiltrated time, for sure. Reality? You know how they did this? Through the television. They have constructed a matrix of reality, and what people think of reality versus what reality actually is are two totally separate things. Most people think we're spinning on a ball traveling 66,600 miles per hour around the sun, instead of just living in this stationary, flat, enclosed realm. If that's not manipulating reality, I don't know what is. And well, what's the goal of all of it? The goal of all of it is to steal our souls. And you see, the fallen angels have stolen all these from us. Maybe not this one yet, but they're trying. And God, aka Thanos in the movies, well, he's trying to restore this back to his natural creation, his natural law. And getting back to this one here, they have people so confused on the time that most people are still waiting for Jesus to come back and don't realize we're living in a time where Jesus already came back and we're past the millennial reign. And now we're living in a time where Satan, he's released for a little while. Released for a little while to deceive the nations in all of these ways. But the fallen angels are smart. They know they lose in the end. They even tell us in the movie.
Be back here.
Hey, what was that?
Went forward in time to view alternate futures, to see all the possible outcomes of the coming conflict.
How many did you see?
14,605,000.
How many did we win?
It's funny, I took a closer look at the fingers he was holding up while he was in that trance too. Looks a lot like the devil horns to me. just them cluing you in again that they're a representation of the fallen angels and they know the battle that's coming. The battle talked about in Revelation 27 of the Bible, where the nations of Gog and Magog are gathered together to fight the beloved city. The nations of Gog and Magog are gathered together to battle against the beloved city, and then fire came down from God and devoured them. So the nations are gathered together to battle.
Assemble.
The nations are gathered together to battle. And fire came down from God out of heaven. Thanos, who I said was God in their twisted way.
Rain fire! Messiah, our troops, just do it!
Fire from heaven. And most of you know how this movie ends. They defeat Thanos, and they get back the Infinity Stones, and all is restored in the world. That's them saying they defeat God. They find that one win. And I don't know what they're doing in this world where we live now, where they think they're going to win, but they clearly are deceived. And they have deceived a whole lot of people, because all you need to do is look around, and there are a whole lot of Satan worshiping, devil worshiping, evil people that have been convinced that the bad guys win. And like I said, they pervert it all. So God, aka Thanos in that movie, they think loses in the end. And the bad guys in these Avengers and X-Men movie are always depicted as God or Jesus. And just like they get you to in the movie, they pervert it and they twist it and they literally have you rooting against the depiction of God. They've done a lot of that in real life too. So it's getting close to figuring out what side you're on. And you better start doing things and making actions and making decisions and getting spiritually and mentally right to be on the right side of things and not the fallen angel side of things. Because in my opinion, they don't find their one way. Not by a long shot. Because God and good and truth and honesty, they always win in the end. You've just been deceived to think otherwise, if you do. But of course, all this is for entertainment purposes. I know that there's no such thing as fallen angels, and they're definitely not down here in Earth perverting the entertainment industry and the government and the school system and space. Space is definitely real. We went to the moon. Entertainment only, people.